Deep in the heart of ancient Japan, under the glow of a full moon, a mysterious figure roams the forests. This is no ordinary creature, but a kitsune, a nine-tailed fox with powers that defy imagination. Legends say that with each century it lives, it grows another tail, gaining wisdom, magic, and the ability to shape-shift into human form. But who are these enigmatic beings, and why have they captivated the minds of storytellers for centuries? In this video, we'll unravel the origins of the kitsune, dive into their symbolism, and uncover their profound cultural significance in Japanese mythology. From their role as messengers of the gods to their dual nature as both protectors and tricksters, the kitsune's story is one of mystery, magic, and timeless allure. So, stay with us as we journey into the world of the nine-tailed fox, where every tale holds a secret, and every tale reveals a deeper truth. By the end of this video, you'll see why the kitsune remains one of the most fascinating figures in mythology, and perhaps you'll even catch a glimpse of their magic in your own world. Now, let's step back in time to uncover the mythical origins of the kitsune. The earliest mentions of these mystical foxes can be traced to ancient Japanese texts, such as the Kojiki and the Nihon Shoki, which are among the oldest records of Japanese history and mythology. In these texts, the kitsune are depicted as more than just ordinary animals. They are beings of great spiritual significance. Initially, they were closely linked to Inari, the Shinto deity of rice, fertility, and prosperity. Inari's connection to the kitsune is profound, as these foxes were believed to serve as divine messengers, carrying the will of the gods to the human world. This role elevated the kitsune to a position of reverence, blending their natural cunning with a sacred purpose. Over time, their association with Inari deepened, and they became symbols of abundance and protection, often depicted guarding shrines and guiding those who sought the favor of the gods. The kitsune's origins, rooted in these ancient texts, reveal a creature that is both a bridge between the divine and the mortal, and a testament to the enduring power of myth in shaping cultural identity. Building on their sacred origins, the kitsune's role in Shinto beliefs reveals an even deeper layer of their cultural significance. At the heart of this connection is Inari, the Shinto deity of rice, fertility, and prosperity. Inari shrines, scattered across Japan, are often guarded by statues of kitsune, symbolizing their role as divine protectors and messengers. These foxes are not just guardians of physical spaces, but also spiritual intermediaries, bridging the gap between the human world and the divine. In Shintoism, the kitsune embody the essence of Inari's blessings: fertility for the land, abundance for the harvest, and prosperity for the people. Their presence at Inari shrines is a reminder of the harmony between nature and the divine, a core principle of Shinto beliefs. Over time, the kitsune became more than just messengers. They evolved into symbols of hope and protection, revered by farmers, merchants, and families alike. Their association with abundance is so strong that offerings of rice, sake, and fried tofu, believed to be a kitsune's favorite food, are still made at shrines to this day. This deep-rooted connection between the kitsune and Shintoism highlights their enduring role as both spiritual guides and cultural icons, shaping the way people understand prosperity and the sacred in Japanese tradition. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most iconic aspects of the kitsune, the legendary nine-tailed fox. This extraordinary creature is not just a symbol of beauty and mystery, but also a representation of immense power and wisdom. In Japanese mythology, the number of tails a kitsune possesses is directly tied to its age, experience, and magical abilities. It's said that a kitsune grows a new tail every 100 years, and with each tail comes greater knowledge and supernatural strength. By the time a kitsune reaches 9 tails, it is considered a being of unparalleled power, having lived for 900 years and mastered the secrets of the universe. The 9-tailed fox, or Kyubai no Kitsune, is often depicted as a wise and almost godlike figure, capable of incredible feats of magic. Each tail is believed to hold a unique power, ranging from control over the elements to the ability to manipulate time and space. This makes the 9-tailed fox not just a creature of myth, but a symbol of ultimate mastery over both the physical and spiritual realms. Stories often portray these ancient kitsune as guardians of sacred knowledge, offering guidance to those who prove worthy or testing the resolve of those who seek their power. What's fascinating is how this concept of the 9-tailed fox reflects broader themes in Japanese culture, such as the reverence for wisdom that comes with age and the belief in the transformative power of time. The idea that a kitsune must live for centuries to achieve its full potential mirrors the value placed on patience, perseverance, and the accumulation of experience. It's a reminder that true power isn't just about raw strength, but about the wisdom to wield it responsibly. As we explore the tales of these majestic beings, it's clear that the 9-tailed fox is more than just a mythical creature. It's a symbol of the journey toward enlightenment, a testament to the rewards of enduring life's challenges with grace and determination. And as we'll see next, this journey often involves another remarkable ability of the kitsune, their power to shapeshift, blending seamlessly into the human world. Now, let's step into one of the most enchanting aspects of the kitsune, their extraordinary ability to shapeshift. This power allows them to transform into almost anything, from beautiful women and charming young men to everyday objects like trees or lanterns. Shapeshifting isn't just a trick for the kitsune. It's a tool they use to interact with the human world, often blurring the lines between reality and illusion. One of the most famous tales involves a kitsune taking the form of a stunning woman to marry a human man. In this story, the kitsune lives as a devoted wife, raising a family and blending seamlessly into human society. However, her true nature is eventually revealed, often through a small, telltale sign like the tip of her tail peeking out from under her kimono. These stories aren't just about deception. They often carry deeper lessons about trust, love, and the complexities of relationships. The kitsune's dual nature, both human and fox, reflects the idea that people, too, can have hidden depths and secrets. Another popular legend tells of a kitsune who transforms into a young man to play pranks on unsuspecting villagers. These tricks range from harmless mischief, like leading travelers astray with phantom lights, to more elaborate schemes that test the moral character of those involved. In some tales, the kitsune's tricks serve as a form of karmic justice, punishing the greedy or arrogant while rewarding the kind-hearted. These stories highlight the kitsune's role as both a trickster and a teacher, using their cunning to impart wisdom and moral lessons. Interestingly, not all kitsune use their shapeshifting abilities for mischief. Some tales depict them as protectors, using their transformations to guide or aid humans in times of need. For example, a kitsune might take the form of a wise old man to offer advice or appear as a glowing lantern to lead lost travelers to safety. These benevolent acts remind us that the kitsune's power isn't inherently good or evil. It's how they choose to use it that defines their role in the story. The kitsune's shapeshifting also serves as a metaphor for the fluidity of identity and the masks we all wear in our daily lives. Just as the kitsune can slip between forms, humans, too, navigate different roles and personas, adapting to the expectations of society. This duality makes the Kitsune a deeply relatable figure, embodying the tension between our true selves and the faces we present to the world. As we move forward, we'll explore how these shape-shifting abilities tie into the broader world of yokai, the supernatural beings of Japanese folklore, and how the Kitsune's dual nature reflects the complexities of human experience. Now, let's take a closer look at how the Kitsune fits into the fascinating world of yokai, the supernatural beings that populate Japanese folklore. Yokai are a diverse group of creatures, ranging from mischievous spirits to terrifying monsters, and the Kitsune is one of the most iconic among them. What makes the Kitsune stand out is its dual nature. It can be both a force for good and a source of chaos, depending on the story and the intentions of the fox itself. This duality is a hallmark of yokai, reflecting the complex relationship between humans and the supernatural in Japanese culture. In many tales, Kitsune are portrayed as benevolent beings, closely tied to the Shinto deity Inari. These Kitsune, often called Zenko, serve as messengers and protectors, guiding humans toward prosperity and safeguarding sacred spaces. They are seen as symbols of good fortune, fertility, and abundance, and their presence is often welcomed in shrines and homes. However, not all Kitsune are so kind. The Nogitsune, or wild foxes, are known for their trickery and mischief. These Kitsune delight in playing pranks on humans, sometimes crossing the line into malevolence. They might lead travelers astray, curse those who offend them, or even possess people in a phenomenon known as Kitsune. This duality isn't just a quirk of the Kitsune, it's a reflection of the broader nature of yokai. These supernatural beings often embody the unpredictable and mysterious aspects of life. They can be both helpful and harmful, reflecting the idea that the world is full of forces beyond human control. The Kitsune, with its ability to shapeshift and its connection to both the divine and the chaotic, perfectly encapsulates this balance. It reminds us that even the most familiar things can have hidden depths, and that the line between friend and foe is often blurred. The Kitsune's role as a yokai also highlights the cultural importance of storytelling in Japanese folklore. Through these tales, people explored their fears, hopes, and moral values. The Kitsune's dual nature served as a way to teach lessons about trust, humility, and the consequences of one's actions. Whether they were seen as protectors or tricksters, Kitsune stories offered a way to make sense of the complexities of life and the unseen forces that shape it. As we continue, we'll delve deeper into the two main types of Kitsune, Zenko and Nogitsune, and how their differing roles in folklore reveal even more about their place in Japanese mythology. These distinctions not only highlight the Kitsune's versatility, but also shed light on the rich tapestry of beliefs that surround these enigmatic creatures. Now, let's turn our attention to the two distinct types of Kitsune that dominate Japanese folklore, the Zenko and the Nogitsune. These classifications reveal the fascinating duality of the Kitsune, showcasing how they can embody both divine benevolence and wild mischief. The Zenko, often referred to as good foxes, are deeply connected to the Shinto deity Inari. These Kitsune serve as messengers and guardians, acting as intermediaries between the divine and the human world. They are revered for their protective nature, often seen as symbols of prosperity, fertility, and good fortune. In many stories, Zenko are depicted as loyal companions to humans, guiding them toward success and safeguarding sacred spaces like shrines and temples. Their presence is considered a blessing, and they are often honored with offerings and prayers. On the other hand, the Nogitsune, or wild foxes, represent the more unpredictable and chaotic side of the Kitsune. These foxes are not bound to any deity and are free to roam as they please. Known for their cunning and love of trickery, Nogitsune delight in playing pranks on humans, sometimes crossing the line into outright malevolence. They might lead travelers astray with illusions, curse those who disrespect them, or even possess individuals in a phenomenon known as Kitsune. While their actions can range from harmless mischief to serious harm, Nogitsune are not inherently evil, they simply follow their own whims, reflecting the untamed aspects of nature and the supernatural. The relationship between humans and these two types of Kitsune is equally complex. Zenko are often seen as allies, offering guidance and protection to those who honor them. Their association with Inari ties them to themes of abundance and spiritual harmony, making them beloved figures in Japanese culture. In contrast, Nogitsune are more enigmatic and unpredictable. Their interactions with humans are often marked by a sense of caution, as their tricks can have serious consequences. Yet, even Nogitsune are not without their redeeming qualities. Some tales depict them as teachers, using their mischief to impart lessons about humility, respect, and the consequences of one's actions. This contrast between Zenko and Nogitsune highlights the versatility of the Kitsune in Japanese folklore. They are not confined to a single role or archetype, but instead embody a spectrum of behaviors and traits. This duality allows them to serve as both symbols of divine favor and reminders of the unpredictable forces that shape our world. Whether they are guiding humans toward prosperity or testing their wits, Kitsune stories offer a rich tapestry of lessons and insights, reflecting the complexities of life and the supernatural. As we move forward, we'll explore how these two types of Kitsune have been depicted in Japanese art and literature, further deepening our understanding of their cultural significance. Their enduring presence in these creative works speaks to the timeless fascination with these enigmatic creatures and the stories they inspire. Now, let's step into the world of Japanese art and literature, where the Kitsune have left an indelible mark. These mystical foxes have inspired countless works, from vivid ukiyo-e prints to timeless tales in classical literature, showcasing their enduring appeal and cultural significance. In traditional Japanese art, Kitsune are often depicted with striking detail, their 9 tails flowing elegantly as they embody both beauty and mystery. Ukiyo-e prints, in particular, capture their dual nature, sometimes as serene, divine beings and other times as mischievous tricksters. These artworks not only reflect the Kitsune's role in folklore, but also highlight their symbolic connection to themes of transformation, illusion, and the supernatural. One of the most famous literary works featuring Kitsune is the Konjaku Monogatari, a collection of stories from the Heian period. Here, Kitsune appear as central figures in tales that blend humor, morality, and the supernatural. Whether they are outsmarting humans, falling in love, or teaching valuable lessons, these stories reveal the Kitsune's ability to captivate the imagination. Their presence in such classical texts underscores their importance in Japanese storytelling, where they serve as both entertainers and educators, weaving lessons about human nature into their enchanting narratives. Beyond literature, Kitsune have also influenced other forms of creative expression, such as no and kabuki theater. In these performances, actors bring Kitsune to life, using elaborate costumes and masks to convey their otherworldly nature. The Kitsune's ability to shapeshift is often a key element in these plays, adding layers of intrigue and drama. These theatrical depictions further cement the kitsune's role as a cultural icon, bridging the gap between myth and performance art. The enduring influence of kitsune in Japanese creativity speaks to their timeless allure. They are not just characters in stories or subjects in art, they are symbols of the human experience, reflecting our fascination with the unknown and our desire to explore the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural. As we continue, we'll see how this fascination has carried over into modern pop culture, where kitsune continue to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. Moving into the realm of modern storytelling, the kitsune has found a vibrant new life in today's pop culture. These mythical foxes have leaped from ancient folklore into the world of anime, manga, and video games, captivating audiences with their timeless charm and mystique. One of the most iconic examples is Kurama, the nine-tailed fox from the globally beloved anime and manga series Naruto. Kurama, initially portrayed as a fearsome and destructive force, evolves into a complex character, embodying themes of redemption, power, and the bond between humans and the supernatural. His journey resonates deeply with fans, proving that the kitsune's allure transcends centuries. Another standout example is the kitsune in the critically acclaimed video game Okami. Here, the kitsune is reimagined as a celestial being, blending traditional mythology with stunning artistic design. The game's portrayal of the kitsune as a guardian and guide reflects their enduring role as protectors and tricksters, while also showcasing their adaptability in modern narratives. These creative interpretations not only honor the kitsune's roots, but also introduce them to new generations, ensuring their stories remain alive and relevant. Beyond these giants, kitsune appear in countless other forms of media, from lesser-known anime series to indie games. They often serve as symbols of wisdom, mischief, or even danger, depending on the story. For instance, in the anime Inari, Konkan, Koi Iroha, the protagonist forms a bond with a kitsune deity, exploring themes of identity, love, and the supernatural. Meanwhile, in games like League of Legends, kitsune-inspired characters bring a touch of Japanese mythology to a global audience, blending cultural heritage with modern creativity. The kitsune's resurgence in pop culture is a testament to their versatility and universal appeal. Whether they're portrayed as powerful allies, cunning tricksters, or tragic figures, they continue to inspire storytellers and captivate audiences worldwide. As we delve deeper, we'll explore how these modern interpretations connect to the kitsune's ancient origins, bridging the gap between past and present in fascinating ways. Now, let's step into the mesmerizing world of the kitsune's fire magic, a phenomenon that has both fascinated and terrified those who encounter it. One of the most striking abilities attributed to the kitsune is their power to conjure and control fire, often referred to as kitsunebai, or fox fire. This mystical flame is said to glow with an otherworldly light, sometimes appearing as a floating ball of fire or a trail of flickering flames. In Japanese folklore, these fires are not just displays of power, they serve a purpose, often guiding or misleading travelers in the dead of night. According to legend, kitsune use their fire magic in various ways, depending on their intentions. In some stories, kitsunebai acts as a guiding light, leading lost wanderers to safety or illuminating the path to sacred places. These benevolent kitsune are often associated with Inari, the Shinto deity, and their flames are seen as a sign of divine protection. However, not all kitsune are so kind. Mischievous or malevolent foxes might use their fire magic to lead travelers astray, luring them into dangerous forests, swamps, or even into the clutches of other supernatural beings. These tales serve as cautionary reminders of the kitsune's dual nature, both as protectors and tricksters. One famous myth tells of a traveler who, while walking through a dense forest at night, spots a cluster of glowing lights in the distance. Thinking it's a village or a group of lanterns, he follows the lights, only to find himself wandering in circles, lost and disoriented. When dawn breaks, he realizes the lights were kitsune, created by a kitsune to play a prank on him. Stories like this highlight the kitsune's ability to manipulate perception, using their fire magic to create illusions that blur the line between reality and deception. The kitsune's connection to fire and lightning also ties into their role as messengers of the gods. In some traditions, the sudden appearance of kitsune is seen as an omen, signaling the presence of a divine being or a significant event. This association with the supernatural elevates the kitsune's fire magic beyond mere trickery, framing it as a symbol of their spiritual power and their role as intermediaries between the human and divine realms. As we explore further, the kitsune's fire magic reveals itself as more than just a tool for mischief or guidance. It's a reflection of their complex nature, embodying both their playful cunning and their profound connection to the spiritual world. This duality continues to captivate storytellers and audiences alike, ensuring that the legend of Kitsune burns brightly in the hearts of those who hear these tales. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most intriguing aspects of Kitsune lore, their relationships with humans, particularly in the context of marriage. The idea of a kitsune marrying a human is a recurring theme in Japanese folklore, and these tales often carry deep emotional weight, blending romance, tragedy, and moral lessons. These stories not only entertain, but also offer a window into how traditional Japanese society viewed love, trust, and the boundaries between the human and supernatural worlds. In many of these myths, a kitsune takes on the form of a beautiful woman or a handsome man, often to test the character of a human they've chosen to marry. These unions are rarely simple. While some tales depict genuine love and mutual respect, others are fraught with deception and heartbreak. For instance, there's a well-known story of a young man who marries a mysterious woman, only to discover years later that she is a kitsune. In some versions, the revelation leads to a tragic separation, as the kitsune must return to her true form and leave her human family behind. In others, the couple finds a way to reconcile, with the human accepting the kitsune's true nature and the kitsune vowing to protect their family. These marriage myths often reflect societal anxieties about trust and the unknown. The kitsune's ability to shapeshift and deceive serves as a metaphor for the uncertainties of love and relationships. Can one truly know their partner? What happens when the person you love reveals a side of themselves you never expected? These questions resonate deeply, making the stories both timeless and relatable. At the same time, the tales also highlight the potential for growth and understanding. In some versions, the human's acceptance of the kitsune's true nature leads to a deeper, more meaningful bond, suggesting that love can transcend even the most extraordinary differences. Interestingly, these stories also explore the consequences of breaking trust. In some myths, the kitsune's true identity is revealed because the human breaks a promise or acts out of suspicion, leading to the kitsune's departure. These endings serve as cautionary tales, reminding listeners of the importance of honesty and faith in relationships. They also underscore the kitsune's dual nature, capable of great love and loyalty, but also quick to withdraw if betrayed. The marriage myths of the Kitsune are more than just fantastical tales. They are reflections of human emotions and societal values. They challenge us to consider the complexities of love, the fragility of trust, and the ways in which the supernatural can mirror our own experiences. As we move forward, we'll see how these themes continue to shape the Kitsune's role in Japanese folklore, weaving a rich tapestry of stories that captivate and inspire. Now, let's step into the enchanting world of the moon and its mystical ties to the Kitsune. In Japanese folklore, the moon holds a special place, often symbolizing mystery, transformation, and the unseen. For the Kitsune, the moon is more than just a celestial body. It's a source of power and a stage for their most sacred rituals. Many tales describe Kitsune gathering under the moonlight to perform ceremonies, their 9 tails glowing softly as they channel the moon's energy. These rituals are said to enhance their magical abilities, allowing them to shape-shift more effectively or cast powerful illusions. The moon's symbolism in these stories is deeply layered. In Japanese culture, the moon is often associated with the ephemeral nature of life, reflecting themes of change and impermanence. This aligns perfectly with the Kitsune's own nature as shapeshifters and tricksters, beings that embody transformation and the fluid boundaries between reality and illusion. The moonlight, with its soft, otherworldly glow, becomes a metaphor for the Kitsune's dual existence, part of the human world, yet forever tied to the supernatural. One particularly captivating legend tells of a Kitsune who dances under the full moon, her movements so mesmerizing that they draw travelers into her spell. Those who witness her dance are said to be blessed with good fortune, but only if they approach with pure intentions. If their hearts are filled with greed or malice, the Kitsune's magic turns against them, leading them astray in the night. This tale underscores the moon's role as a judge of character, a celestial force that reveals the true nature of those who encounter it. The moon also serves as a bridge between the human and spirit worlds. In some stories, Kitsune are said to use the moonlight to communicate with the gods or to guide lost souls to the afterlife. The moon's phases, waxing, full, and waning, mirror the Kitsune's own cycles of power, from their youthful mischief to their eventual transformation into wise, 9-tailed beings. This connection between the moon and the Kitsune's life cycle adds another layer of depth to their mythology, highlighting the harmony between nature and the supernatural. As we explore these moonlit tales, it's clear that the Kitsune's relationship with the moon is more than just symbolic. It's a reflection of their essence. The moon's light illuminates their magic, their mysteries, and their place in the cosmos, reminding us of the beauty and complexity of the natural world. And as we move forward, we'll see how this celestial connection continues to shape the Kitsune's role in Japanese folklore, weaving a tapestry of stories that are as timeless as the moon itself. Now, let's journey across the diverse landscapes of Japan, where the tales of the Kitsune take on unique flavors depending on the region. Just as the geography of Japan varies from snowy mountains to lush forests, so too do the stories of these mystical foxes. Each area adds its own twist to the Kitsune's legend, reflecting the local culture, beliefs, and even the environment. In the northern regions, such as Hokkaido, Kitsune are often portrayed as guardians of the wilderness. Here, the harsh winters and vast forests shape the folklore, with Kitsune seen as protectors of travelers and hunters. One famous tale from this region tells of a Kitsune who leads a lost woodcutter to safety during a blizzard, only to vanish without a trace once the storm clears. This story highlights the Kitsune's role as a benevolent guide, deeply connected to the natural world. Moving to the central regions, like Kyoto and Nara, the Kitsune take on a more refined and spiritual role. These areas, rich in history and tradition, often depict Kitsune as servants of Inari, the Shinto deity of rice and prosperity. In Kyoto, it's said that the Fushimi Inari shrine is home to countless Kitsune, who act as messengers between the gods and humans. Visitors to the shrine often leave offerings of fried tofu, a favorite treat of the Kitsune, in hopes of gaining their favor. This connection to Inari underscores the Kitsune's dual nature, both divine and mischievous. In the southern regions, such as Kyushu, the Kitsune stories take on a more playful and sometimes darker tone. Here, the warmer climate and vibrant culture give rise to tales of Kitsune who love to trick and tease humans. One popular legend from Kagoshima tells of a Kitsune who transforms into a beautiful woman to play pranks on unsuspecting villagers. However, these tricks are rarely harmful, often serving as lessons in humility or caution. This playful side of the Kitsune reflects the lively spirit of the region. Even on the smaller islands, like Shikoku, the Kitsune myths have their own distinct character. In Ehime Prefecture, for example, Kitsune are often associated with water and are said to live near rivers and lakes. A local legend speaks of a Kitsune who helps a poor fisherman by filling his nets with fish every night, but only if he promises never to reveal her secret. When the fisherman breaks his promise, the Kitsune disappears, leaving him to face the consequences of his greed. This story emphasizes the importance of trust and the consequences of breaking one's word. As we travel through these regions, it's clear that the Kitsune are not just a single, uniform figure in Japanese folklore. Instead, they are a tapestry of stories, each thread woven with the unique colors of its local culture. Whether as protectors, tricksters, or divine messengers, the Kitsune adapt to the land and people they inhabit, reminding us of the rich diversity within Japanese mythology. And as we continue, we'll see how these regional variations contribute to the enduring legacy of the Kitsune, a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire. Now, let's turn our attention to the fascinating intersection of Kitsune and Buddhism, where these mystical foxes take on a new layer of meaning. In Buddhist teachings, the Kitsune became powerful symbols of illusion and impermanence, reflecting the transient nature of life and the deceptive allure of the material world. This connection highlights how Japanese folklore often blends with spiritual philosophies, creating a rich tapestry of belief. Buddhist monks, in particular, saw the Kitsune as both a challenge and a teacher. Their shape-shifting abilities and cunning nature were viewed as tests of spiritual discipline, pushing monks to see beyond illusions and remain steadfast in their pursuit of enlightenment. Stories often depict Kitsune appearing to monks in the form of beautiful women or tempting visions, only to reveal their true nature once the monk resists temptation. These tales served as moral lessons, emphasizing the importance of inner strength and the dangers of being swayed by superficial appearances. One well-known legend tells of a monk who encounters a Kitsune disguised as a grieving woman. She pleads for his help, but the monk, sensing something amiss, refuses to be drawn into her sorrow. When the Kitsune reveals her true form, she praises the monk for his wisdom and vanishes, leaving him with a deeper understanding of the illusions that cloud human perception. This story underscores the Kitsune's role as a spiritual guide, challenging individuals to look beyond the surface and seek deeper truths. In Buddhist art and literature, Kitsune are often depicted alongside symbols of impermanence, such as falling cherry blossoms or fleeting shadows. These representations remind viewers of the ever-changing nature of existence and the need to detach from worldly desires. The kitsune's dual nature, both enchanting and deceptive, serves as a metaphor for the illusions that bind us to the material world, urging us to seek liberation through mindfulness and self-awareness. As we explore this connection, it's clear that the kitsune's role in Buddhism adds another dimension to their already complex mythology. They are not just tricksters or divine messengers, but also spiritual challengers, pushing both monks and laypeople to confront their own limitations and strive for higher understanding. This blending of folklore and philosophy enriches the kitsune's legacy, making them a timeless symbol of the human quest for truth and enlightenment. And as we move forward, we'll see how these spiritual themes continue to shape the kitsune's enduring presence in Japanese culture and beyond. Now, let's step into the shadowy realm of the supernatural, where the kitsune's powers take on an even more mysterious and sometimes unsettling dimension. Beyond their roles as tricksters and spiritual guides, kitsune are deeply intertwined with supernatural phenomena, particularly their ability to possess humans and weave intricate illusions. These abilities have given rise to some of the most chilling tales in Japanese folklore, where the line between reality and deception becomes dangerously blurred. One of the most intriguing aspects of kitsune lore is the phenomenon known as kitsunetsuki, or fox possession. In these stories, a kitsune enters the body of a human, often causing erratic behavior, sudden illnesses, or even speaking in voices that are not their own. The possessed individual might exhibit strange cravings, such as a sudden desire for rice or tofu, foods traditionally associated with kitsune. In some cases, the kitsune's presence is so strong that the human loses all control, becoming a vessel for the fox spirit's will. Exorcisms were often performed to drive out the kitsune, with rituals involving prayers, offerings, or even physical confrontations to force the spirit to leave. But possession isn't the only way kitsune wield their supernatural powers. Their ability to create illusions is legendary, often used to deceive or manipulate humans. These illusions can be so convincing that they trap people in a world of false perceptions, making it nearly impossible to distinguish truth from fiction. One famous tale tells of a man who falls in love with a beautiful woman, only to discover years later that she was a kitsune in disguise. The illusion shatters, leaving him heartbroken and questioning everything he thought he knew. These stories serve as cautionary tales, warning against the dangers of being too trusting or allowing oneself to be swayed by appearances. In some legends, kitsune use their illusions to protect themselves or their homes. A traveler wandering through a forest might stumble upon a grand mansion, only to find it vanish the next morning, revealing nothing but an empty clearing. These illusions are not always malevolent. Sometimes they are acts of self-preservation, designed to keep humans at a distance. Yet, whether benevolent or mischievous, the kitsune's illusions remind us of the fragility of human perception and the ease with which we can be led astray. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of kitsune's supernatural abilities is their capacity to manipulate time and space. In some tales, a person might spend what feels like days or weeks in a kitsune's enchanted realm, only to return to the human world and find that mere minutes have passed. These experiences leave the individual forever changed, haunted by the knowledge that reality is far more fluid and mysterious than they ever imagined. As we delve into these supernatural tales, it's clear that the kitsune's powers are as awe-inspiring as they are terrifying. They challenge our understanding of the world, forcing us to confront the limits of our perception and the hidden forces that shape our reality. And as we move forward, we'll see how these supernatural themes continue to captivate and unsettle, ensuring the kitsune's place as one of the most enduring figures in Japanese folklore. Now, let's turn our attention to the fascinating interplay between kitsune and the legendary samurai of Japan. In the world of folklore, these cunning fox spirits often found themselves crossing paths with the brave and disciplined warriors, creating tales that blend courage, wit, and the supernatural. The samurai, known for their honor and skill, were not immune to the kitsune's tricks, and their encounters often served as tests of both bravery and wisdom. One such story tells of a samurai who, while traveling through a dense forest, encountered a mysterious old man. The man challenged the samurai to a game of strategy, promising great rewards if he won. Unbeknownst to the samurai, the old man was a kitsune in disguise, testing the warrior's intellect and composure. The game stretched on for hours, with the kitsune using subtle illusions to confuse the samurai. Yet, through sheer determination and sharp thinking, the samurai out-maneuvered the fox spirit, earning its respect and a valuable lesson in humility. Not all samurai were so fortunate, however. In another tale, a young and overconfident warrior boasted of his ability to defeat any foe, supernatural or otherwise. Hearing this, a kitsune decided to teach him a lesson. The fox spirit lured the samurai into an enchanted grove, where it conjured illusions of terrifying monsters and impossible challenges. Overwhelmed by fear and confusion, the samurai fled, his pride shattered. This story serves as a reminder that even the bravest warriors must respect the unknown and approach it with caution. Interestingly, some legends depict kitsune and samurai forming alliances rather than adversaries. In these tales, a kitsune might offer its magical assistance to a samurai in exchange for protection or a favor. One such story involves a samurai who saved a wounded kitsune from hunters. Grateful, the kitsune granted the samurai the ability to see through illusions, a gift that proved invaluable in his future battles. These stories highlight the mutual respect that could exist between humans and kitsune, even in a world filled with mistrust and deception. The relationship between kitsune and samurai is a testament to the complexity of Japanese folklore, where even the most revered figures are not exempt from the whims of the supernatural. These tales not only entertain but also impart valuable lessons about humility, respect, and the importance of wisdom over brute strength. As we continue our journey, we'll explore how kitsune's influence extends beyond the battlefield, shaping the natural world and the lives of those who inhabit it. Now, let's step into the serene and mystical landscapes where kitsune are said to thrive: the forests, mountains, and rice fields of Japan. These environments are not just backdrops for their stories, but are deeply intertwined with their very essence. Kitsune are often depicted as guardians of the natural world, embodying the harmony and balance that nature represents. In many tales, they are seen as protectors of sacred groves, ancient trees, and even entire ecosystems, ensuring that the delicate equilibrium of the environment is maintained. One of the most striking aspects of kitsune lore is their connection to rice fields, which hold immense cultural and spiritual significance in Japan. Rice is not just a staple food, but a symbol of life and prosperity, and kitsune are often associated with Inari, the Shinto deity of rice and fertility. In this role, kitsune are believed to watch over the fields, ensuring bountiful harvests and warding off pests or natural disasters. Farmers would sometimes leave offerings at shrines dedicated to Inari, hoping to gain the favor of these fox spirits and secure their blessings for the coming season. Beyond rice fields, Kitsune are also deeply linked to forests and mountains, places often regarded as liminal spaces where the human and spiritual worlds intersect. In these wild, untamed areas, Kitsune are said to dwell in hidden dens or beneath ancient trees, their presence marked by the eerie glow of kitsunebai, or fox fire. These glowing lights, often seen flickering in the distance, were believed to guide or mislead travelers, depending on the kitsune's intentions. Some stories tell of Kitsune leading lost wanderers to safety, while others warn of their mischievous nature, luring people deeper into the woods to play tricks on them. The Kitsune's role as a guardian of nature extends to their ability to communicate with animals and even control the elements. In some legends, they are said to summon rain during droughts or calm storms that threaten the land. This connection to the natural world underscores their dual role as both protectors and enforcers of balance. When humans disrespect nature, whether by overhunting, deforestation, or polluting sacred spaces, Kitsune are known to intervene, sometimes with harsh consequences. These stories serve as cautionary tales, reminding people of the importance of living in harmony with the environment. Interestingly, the Kitsune's bond with nature also reflects broader themes in Japanese culture, where the natural world is often seen as alive with spirits and divine energy. This animistic worldview, deeply rooted in Shinto beliefs, places Kitsune as intermediaries between humans and the spiritual forces that govern the land. By honoring the Kitsune and the natural spaces they inhabit, people could cultivate a deeper respect for the environment and the unseen forces that sustain it. As we move forward, we'll explore how these themes of balance and respect extend into the realm of karma, where the actions of both humans and Kitsune are said to have far-reaching consequences. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate the profound connection between these mystical foxes and the natural world, a relationship that continues to inspire reverence and wonder in Japanese folklore. Now, let's turn our attention to the concept of karma, a theme deeply woven into the tapestry of Kitsune folklore. In many stories, Kitsune serve as both messengers and enforcers of karmic justice, ensuring that actions, whether good or bad, are met with appropriate consequences. These tales often carry profound moral lessons, reminding us that every choice we make has a ripple effect, shaping our destiny in ways we might not immediately see. One such story tells of a greedy merchant who cheated his customers and hoarded his wealth, showing no kindness to those in need. One day, a mysterious traveler arrived at his shop, asking for food and shelter. The merchant, driven by his selfishness, turned the traveler away. Unbeknownst to him, the traveler was a Kitsune in disguise. That night, the merchant's storehouse mysteriously burned to the ground, leaving him with nothing. The Kitsune later revealed itself, explaining that the fire was a consequence of his greed and lack of compassion. From that day forward, the merchant changed his ways, learning to share his wealth and treat others with respect. On the flip side, there are tales where Kitsune reward kindness and humility. In one such story, a poor farmer found a wounded fox in his field. Instead of driving it away, he cared for the animal, nursing it back to health. When the fox recovered, it transformed into a beautiful woman, revealing herself as a Kitsune. Grateful for the farmer's compassion, she blessed his fields, ensuring bountiful harvests for years to come. This story highlights the idea that even small acts of kindness can lead to great rewards, reinforcing the karmic principle that good deeds are never forgotten. Kitsune are also known to test the moral character of humans, often through elaborate tricks or illusions. In one famous tale, a young samurai encountered a kitsune who challenged him to a game of wits. The kitsune created an illusion of a lavish banquet, tempting the samurai with riches and luxury. However, the samurai, guided by his sense of honor, refused to indulge in the illusion, recognizing it as a test of his integrity. Impressed by his wisdom, the kitsune revealed itself and granted the samurai a blessing, ensuring his future success. This story underscores the importance of staying true to one's principles, even in the face of temptation. These karmic lessons are not just about punishment or reward. They also emphasize the interconnectedness of all beings. Kitsune stories often remind us that our actions affect not only ourselves, but also the world around us. Whether it's through acts of kindness, moments of greed, or tests of character, these tales encourage us to reflect on our choices and their consequences. They teach us that living with integrity and compassion is not just a moral duty, but a way to create harmony in our lives and the lives of others. As we move forward, we'll explore how these themes of karma and moral responsibility are celebrated in Japanese festivals and rituals, where kitsune continue to play a vital role in shaping cultural values and traditions. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate the timeless wisdom of these stories, which remind us that every action, no matter how small, carries the weight of consequence. Now, let's step into the vibrant world of Japanese festivals and rituals, where the presence of kitsune is not only celebrated but deeply revered. These festivals, often tied to the worship of Inari, the Shinto deity of rice, fertility, and prosperity, bring communities together in a shared appreciation for the mystical fox spirits. At the heart of these celebrations are the iconic fox statues, known as kitsune statues, which stand as guardians and symbols of Inari's divine power. Inari shrines, scattered across Japan, are instantly recognizable by their rows of these striking fox statues. These statues, often depicted with a key or a jewel in their mouths, are more than just decorative. They are believed to embody the spirit of the kitsune themselves. The key symbolizes the kitsune's role as a messenger of Inari, unlocking the gates to prosperity and abundance, while the jewel represents the spiritual power and wisdom they possess. Visitors to these shrines often leave offerings of rice, sake, or fried tofu, a favorite treat of kitsune, as a gesture of respect and gratitude. One of the most famous festivals dedicated to Inari is the O-Inari-san Festival, held at the Fushimi Inari Taisha Shrine in Kyoto. This grand celebration features processions, traditional dances, and rituals that honor both Inari and the kitsune. During the festival, participants carry mikoshi, portable shrines, through the streets, accompanied by the rhythmic beats of taiko drums and the lively sounds of flutes. The atmosphere is electric, filled with a sense of reverence and joy as people come together to celebrate the blessings of fertility, good harvests, and prosperity. Another fascinating ritual associated with kitsune is the Kitsune no Yomiri, or fox wedding. This ceremonial event, often depicted in art and literature, is said to occur during a sun shower, when rain falls while the sun is still shining. According to folklore, this weather phenomenon is a sign that kitsune are holding a wedding procession, invisible to human eyes. The Kitsune no Yomiri is a reminder of the kitsune's deep connection to the natural world and their ability to blend the mystical with the everyday. Beyond their role in festivals, kitsune statues also play a significant part in daily rituals. Many people visit Inari shrines to pray for success in business, academic endeavors, or personal relationships. The act of passing through the torii gates, often flanked by kitsune statues, is seen as a symbolic journey into the realm of the divine, where one can seek guidance and blessings. The statues themselves are sometimes adorned with red bibs or scarves, a practice that reflects the belief in the kitsune's protective and benevolent nature. These festivals and rituals not only celebrate the kitsune, but also serve as a way to connect with the spiritual and cultural heritage of Japan. They remind us of the enduring influence of these mythical creatures, who continue to inspire awe and reverence in the hearts of those who honor them. As we move forward, we'll explore how kitsune have transcended their mythological roots to become a global symbol of mystery and magic, bridging cultures and captivating imaginations worldwide. Now, let's venture into the shadowy realm of the afterlife, where the kitsune's mystical presence takes on an even more enigmatic role. In Japanese folklore, kitsune are often intertwined with themes of death and the supernatural, serving as both guides and omens in the journey beyond life. These tales reveal a darker, more mysterious side to the fox spirits, one that blurs the line between the living and the dead. One of the most haunting beliefs surrounding kitsune is their ability to guide souls to the afterlife. In some stories, kitsune are said to appear at crossroads, those liminal spaces where paths diverge and decisions are made. These crossroads, often seen as gateways between worlds, are where kitsune are believed to lead the spirits of the deceased to their final resting place. It's said that if you encounter a kitsune at a crossroads, especially under the light of a full moon, it may be a sign that a soul is passing through, guided by the fox's otherworldly wisdom. But kitsune are not always benevolent guides. In other tales, they serve as omens of death, their appearances foretelling tragedy or misfortune. There are eerie accounts of kitsune seen lingering near graveyards or perched atop tombstones, their glowing eyes piercing the darkness. These sightings are often interpreted as warnings, a sign that death is near or that the boundary between the living and the dead is thinning. In some regions, it's believed that a kitsune's cry at night can herald the passing of someone in the community, a chilling reminder of their connection to the spirit world. One particularly spine-tingling legend tells of a kitsune who took the form of a beautiful woman, luring travelers to a remote graveyard. There, she would vanish, leaving the bewildered wanderer surrounded by flickering fox fires or kitsunebai that danced among the graves. These ghostly flames were said to be the spirits of the dead, drawn to the kitsune's presence. The story serves as a cautionary tale, warning against the dangers of straying too far into the unknown, where the lines between life and death become blurred. The kitsune's association with the afterlife also extends to their role as guardians of sacred spaces. In some traditions, kitsune are believed to protect the souls of the departed, ensuring they find peace in the next world. This protective role is often linked to their connection with Inari, who oversees not only fertility and prosperity, but also the cycle of life and death. In this way, kitsune embody the duality of existence, bridging the realms of the living and the dead with their otherworldly grace. As we reflect on these haunting tales, it's clear that the kitsune's role in the afterlife is as complex as it is captivating. Whether guiding souls, foretelling death, or guarding the sacred, these fox spirits remind us of the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of life. Next, we'll explore how kitsune myths reflect traditional Japanese gender roles, shedding light on the cultural nuances that shape these timeless stories. Turning our attention to the cultural fabric of kitsune myths, we find that these stories often mirror the traditional gender roles of Japanese society. The portrayal of kitsune, particularly in their human forms, reveals a fascinating interplay between folklore and societal expectations. Female kitsune, for instance, are frequently depicted as seductive and alluring, embodying a blend of beauty and danger. These fox spirits often take the form of enchanting women, using their charm to manipulate or test the virtues of men. This portrayal reflects a broader cultural narrative where femininity is associated with mystery, allure, and sometimes deception. Tales of female kitsune seducing unsuspecting men serve as cautionary reminders of the perceived dangers of unchecked desire and the complexities of human relationships. On the other hand, male kitsune are typically cast in roles that emphasize wisdom, protection, and authority. They often appear as wise old men or noble guardians, offering guidance or safeguarding sacred spaces. This depiction aligns with traditional ideals of masculinity in Japanese culture, where men are expected to be providers and protectors. Male kitsune are rarely portrayed as seductive. Instead, their power lies in their intellect and their ability to navigate both the human and spirit worlds. This contrast between male and female kitsune highlights the gendered expectations embedded in these myths, offering a window into the values and norms of the societies that created them. The cultural implications of these portrayals are profound. By casting female kitsune as seductive and male kitsune as wise, these myths reinforce certain stereotypes about gender roles. They suggest that women, even in their supernatural forms, are defined by their relationships with men, often serving as temptresses or objects of desire. Meanwhile, men are positioned as figures of authority and moral guidance. These narratives not only reflect the gender dynamics of their time, but also perpetuate them, shaping how audiences perceive and interpret these roles. However, it's important to note that kitsune myths are not monolithic. Some stories subvert these traditional roles, presenting female kitsune as powerful and independent, or male kitsune as vulnerable and flawed. These variations remind us that folklore is a living, evolving tradition, capable of challenging as well as reinforcing societal norms. By examining these tales through a modern lens, we can appreciate their complexity and the ways they continue to resonate with contemporary audiences. As we explore these themes, it becomes clear that kitsune myths are more than just entertaining stories. They are cultural artifacts that reflect and shape our understanding of gender. Next, we'll delve into how kitsune continue to appear in modern supernatural beliefs, bridging the ancient and the contemporary in fascinating ways. Shifting our focus to the present day, the mystique of the kitsune has not faded, but instead found new life in modern supernatural beliefs. These ancient fox spirits continue to captivate imaginations, weaving their way into urban legends, ghost stories, and even personal accounts of eerie encounters. In today's world, where the line between the mystical and the mundane often blurs, kitsune remain a symbol of the unknown, appearing in ways that both honor their mythological roots and adapt to contemporary fears and curiosities. One of the most intriguing aspects of modern kitsune lore is their presence in urban legends. Across Japan, stories circulate of mysterious figures spotted in the dead of night, their features shifting between human and fox-like. These tales often describe kitsune as tricksters, leading travelers astray with their illusions or appearing as omens of misfortune. In some accounts, they are said to haunt abandoned shrines or forests. Their glowing eyes and flickering fox fires kitsune, serving as warnings to those who dare to venture too close. These modern legends keep the spirit of the kitsune alive, blending ancient mythology with the anxieties of the present. Beyond folklore, there are also contemporary reports of kitsune sightings. Some individuals claim to have encountered these fox spirits in unexpected places, from bustling city streets to quiet rural villages. These encounters often share common themes: a fleeting glimpse of a fox with an unusually large number of tails, or a stranger whose behavior seems just a little too otherworldly. While skeptics may dismiss these accounts as mere imagination, believers see them as proof that the Kitsune's magic endures, adapting to the modern world while retaining its ancient essence. The Kitsune's influence extends even into the realm of paranormal investigations. In some cases, unexplained phenomena, such as strange lights, sudden temperature drops, or inexplicable sounds, are attributed to the presence of a Kitsune. Paranormal enthusiasts sometimes interpret these occurrences as evidence of the fox spirit's ability to manipulate their surroundings, a trait deeply rooted in their mythological origins. Whether these experiences are real or imagined, they highlight the enduring fascination with Kitsune and their role as guardians of the supernatural. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, the Kitsune serves as a bridge between the past and the present, reminding us that the mystical is never far from our everyday lives. Their stories, whether ancient or contemporary, challenge us to question what we know and to remain open to the possibility of the extraordinary. Next, we'll explore how the Kitsune has transcended Japanese culture to become a global symbol of mystery and magic, captivating audiences far beyond their homeland. Now, let's take a step beyond Japan and explore how the Kitsune has leaped across borders to capture the global imagination. These enchanting fox spirits, once confined to the myths and legends of Japan, have now become a universal symbol of mystery, magic, and transformation. Their stories have traveled far and wide, resonating with audiences around the world and finding new life in various forms of media and storytelling. One of the most striking examples of the Kitsune's global influence is their presence in Western pop culture. From movies and television shows to books and video games, the Kitsune has become a beloved figure, often reimagined to fit new narratives while retaining their core traits. For instance, in the world of anime and manga, characters inspired by Kitsune frequently appear, blending traditional elements with modern twists. Shows like Naruto feature Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, as a central figure, embodying both the destructive and protective aspects of Kitsune lore. Similarly, video games such as Okami celebrate the Kitsune's mystical qualities, weaving them into immersive worlds that captivate players. But the Kitsune's influence doesn't stop at entertainment. They've also found their way into literature, where authors draw on their rich mythology to craft stories that explore themes of identity, transformation, and the supernatural. In Western fantasy novels, Kitsune often appear as enigmatic beings, their shape-shifting abilities and cunning nature adding layers of intrigue to the plot. These adaptations not only introduce new audiences to Japanese folklore, but also create a dialogue between cultures, blending Eastern and Western storytelling traditions. What makes the Kitsune so universally appealing is their duality. They can be both benevolent and mischievous, wise and playful, ancient and timeless. This complexity allows them to transcend cultural boundaries, becoming a symbol that speaks to the human fascination with the unknown. Whether they're guiding heroes, testing their wits, or simply embodying the magic of the natural world, Kitsune stories remind us of the power of myth to connect us across time and space. As we continue to explore the Kitsune's journey, it's clear that their legacy is far from static. They've become a bridge between cultures, a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. Next, we'll reflect on how these ancient myths might evolve in the future, and what their continued relevance means for the preservation of cultural heritage in an ever-changing world. As we look ahead, the future of Kitsune mythology holds endless possibilities. These ancient tales, rooted in Japanese folklore, have proven their ability to adapt and thrive in new contexts, making them a timeless source of inspiration. The Kitsune's enduring appeal lies in their versatility. They can be guardians, tricksters, lovers, or teachers, embodying a wide range of human experiences and emotions. This adaptability ensures that their stories will continue to resonate, even as the world around us changes. One of the most exciting aspects of Kitsune mythology is its potential for reinterpretation. As storytellers and creators draw from these legends, they infuse them with fresh perspectives, blending traditional elements with modern themes. For example, contemporary media often explores the Kitsune's role in addressing issues like identity, environmentalism, and the balance between tradition and progress. By reimagining these myths, creators not only keep them alive, but also make them relevant to today's audiences. Preserving Kitsune mythology is equally important. These stories are more than just entertainment, they are a window into Japan's cultural heritage, offering insights into its values, beliefs, and history. As globalization continues to connect cultures, there's a growing responsibility to honor and protect these narratives, ensuring they are passed down to future generations. This doesn't mean keeping them frozen in time, but rather finding ways to celebrate their roots while allowing them to evolve. The Kitsune's journey from ancient folklore to global icon is a testament to the power of storytelling. As we move forward, their myths will undoubtedly continue to inspire, challenge, and enchant us. By embracing both preservation and innovation, we can ensure that the magic of the Kitsune remains a vibrant part of our shared cultural tapestry, bridging the past and the future in ways that captivate and unite us all. As we wrap up our journey through the enchanting world of the Kitsune, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. From their mythical origins as messengers of the Shinto deity Inari to their evolution into powerful, nine-tailed beings, the Kitsune have captivated imaginations for centuries. These mystical foxes are more than just folklore, they are symbols of wisdom, transformation, and the delicate balance between the natural and supernatural worlds. Their stories, whether as benevolent guardians or mischievous tricksters, reveal deep truths about human nature, cultural values, and the mysteries of life itself. The Kitsune's enduring presence in Japanese art, literature, and modern pop culture speaks to their timeless appeal. They remind us of the power of storytelling to connect us across generations and cultures. Whether through ancient myths or contemporary interpretations, the Kitsune continue to inspire, challenge, and enchant us, proving that their magic is as relevant today as it was hundreds of years ago. So, what's your favorite Kitsune story? Have you encountered these mystical foxes in anime, games, or perhaps even in your own imagination? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how the Kitsune have sparked your curiosity or inspired you. And if you're eager to dive deeper into the rich tapestry of Japanese mythology, don't forget to explore more videos on this channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a story. Until next time, keep the magic alive, and may the spirit of the Kitsune guide your path.